Good morning. This is a VirtualPBX-admin training. Do apologize for the variability in our scheduling. I had some issues last week, so that's why the training wasn't there. The training will be about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on load times. This training is designed to tell you where things are. I'll be referring to the show notes, specifically the support link page, where you can do searches for specific features to get the step-by-step instructions. We do record these trainings, so if you can't stay for the whole time, that's fine. You can come back at a later time, and it allows you to share the link with other staff members who need to be system admins. But with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Here we have our dash login page, which is at dash.virtualpbx.com. To get logged in, we need three pieces of information. The first is your username, which is your email address, which should be in all lowercase letters. We then need your password, which is case sensitive. And then finally, we need your account name, which is not case sensitive. And then you would click on sign in. If you're having problems with that, just above that sign in bar, there's a forgot your info link. You can click on that. And you would have to fill out the form. Still need that email address. And then we need one of the two following pieces of information. So either the account name or the phone number on the account. Click on reset password. When you do so, the system will send you an email. There'll be a link that you click on there that lets you temporarily log in to change your password, and it logs you back out. So then you get back to the sign in page, and then you would click sign in again with that new password. And then once you get signed in, you'll be taken to your dashboard page. At the top of the page, you have your name and the account name. You can click on that at any time. And this starts you off on your user account page. This is where you just were to change your password, for instance. Now, as system admins over on the left, you also have access to the account level settings. This is where you would change things like the technical contact or the time zone and language for the entire account. You can also manage add-ons. This includes things like text forward, multiple auto attendants, dynamic caller ID, advanced reporting. You can also access the billing portal over here on the left. And then you would click on the link here for the Access Customer Portal. And that is where you would go to update your payment method or see previous invoices. And then any system admin can also click on the cancel account link here. And then click on the red cancel account button, fill out the resulting forms, basically just asking why you're canceling, if there's ways we can improve, etc. And then the account will cancel at the end of the current billing cycle, and then your final invoice will be sent to you. And whenever you're done with anything in this area, just click on the close box here at the top right, and you'll be back on your dashboard. To the right of your name, you'll have a D&D toggle. That stands for Do Not Disturb. Mine is currently active, and that means my user is not accepting calls. Calls to my user are going straight to voicemail. If I toggle it again, calls would then be routing normally. Little phone icon here. This opens up a new tab. It takes me to webphone.virtualpbx.net. If I have a web phone device on my user, I can use my dash login information to log into that web phone page. and that allows me to use Chrome, Firefox, or Safari to make and receive calls directly from from that browser. It only works on the desktop version of the browsers, not the mobile. Little speech bubble icon here. This opens a new tab and takes you to virtualtext.app. That website has its own login information, and that's where you go to make use of the virtual text feature. The question mark icon here, this opens up a chat bubble so you can chat with our support team so they can help you with a particular feature you're working with. The hamburger icon, or the three horizontal lines, this is your menu icon. This gets you to other parts or other features of Dash, which we'll be covering at the end. Excuse me. And then the little arrow icon to the right is to log out of your account. Now, down here in the middle, we have total users. I have 6 users. These are people who make and receive calls. And then total devices and a breakdowns of the types. These 3 that I'm going to highlight here, these are all VoIP devices. So the web phone, a software application, SIP phone, which is a particular type of hardware VoIP phone. Then I have total numbers. I have 13 phone numbers on the account. And then 2 breakdowns, assigned numbers. That means I've assigned it to a place on my system, meaning it's in use. Spare numbers, I'm not currently using it. I might be being charged for them if I'm over my allotment of numbers, but they're still on my account, so I can make use of them at any time. And then I have US DID and US toll-free. US toll-free is actually a US Canada toll-free, right? So 800 number, 888 all the way down to 833. US DID is just a local number, right? So San Jose, California, Dallas, Texas, etc. Over here to the top right, we have the main number block. These 3 numbers all behave in the same way, and they're going to the same part of my system. So they have the same main greeting, for instance. The conference room number, you can have multiple conference room numbers if you wish. They're all going to the same set of conference rooms. This is the phone number everyone dials, including your staff, to join a conference. They'll be prompted to enter the conference room number and PIN number. The fax box number is your inbound fax number. You can only have the one main fax box number. This also allows you to edit the fax box to allow for outbound faxing. The company directory, there's 2 links here. The first is CSV, so you can just download the file and open it with your favorite spreadsheet program, and it'll list your staff members' names, their extension numbers, their email addresses, their devices. The soft phone link is for use with the VirtualPBX desktop soft phone application. So if you're using our app on a Mac or Windows PC, you can download this file and then upload it to your soft phone application. And in the contact list, you'll see your other staff members who have VirtualPBX soft phones. You can see the status of their VirtualPBX soft phones, right? So you can see if they're on a call or not. The VirtualPBX store, when you click on this link, it opens up a new tab and takes you to store.virtualpbx.com, where you can order things like VoIP phones or headsets, etc. The account realm, every account has its own account realm. It's one of the 3 pieces of information you would need to program or provision a third-party soft phone. It's also used for outbound faxing, which we'll be getting to later. Now we're going to go back up towards the top in this blue bar, caller ID. This lets you set your company's caller ID. This pull down lets you show any of your main numbers. So you select one of them, that becomes your default number on your account. So that's what your VoIP phones, for instance, would use for their outbound caller ID, which allows them to make an outbound call. And then you would click on Save Changes. Hold music, this allows you to upload a media file to the account. The system will play back .wav or .mp3 files. You would just click on Upload, click on Browse to find the file, and then the up arrow icon. The file size is up to 1 megabyte, so like a 5-minute or 1 megabyte MP3 is roughly 5 minutes. And this becomes a default hold music for your staff when they press hold on their VoIP phones. Now ours is part of main number, but before we get into main number, I want to go over how to add users and groups. So over here on the left, I'm going to click on users. Shows all my users on the account. The people with the blue suit icon, these are my system admins. The gray person icon is just a standard user, very limited access. To add a new user, click on Add User up here at the top. And you're going to fill out the form. All right, so first name, last name, that should be pretty easy. The email address used for login needs to be unique for each user. So you can't reuse email addresses. Create a password for the user, and then enter a main extension number. The system defaults to 4-digit extensions, which gives you room for growth and without using 0 through 9, which you might want to use for your menu options. By default, the system will automatically create a voicemail box for the user. You can choose to have them in the user directory or not. You can always change this later. You can choose to send emails to an alternate address. So by default, the system will send any emails to the user via the email address used for login. So like password resets, voicemail notifications. If you want those emails to go to a different address, you would click on the box here and enter in that email address in the box provided. This is also something you can change at any time. And then the last here, credentials to the user, I do recommend that. What that means is click the buttons here. The user is sent an email welcoming them to the account, includes their log information. Once it's created, you can click on name, and it will expand out the box. Oops. So if you need to change the user invited, change tools, would change email address, you could open the pass that email from there. Change the number is changing the Mux PIN number. Then here's the option for alternate address, and then here's the user tree. This hold down here lets you change a user into an admin or an admin to a user. The clock icon lets you set time zone for the user, so their voicemail stamps are correct. Flag icon lets change the display language for these web pages for the user. And then ringing time by default is 20 seconds, which is plenty of time to send calls to a landline or VoIP phone. If you have a user that you've only added a cell phone to, you'd probably want to bump this up to 30 seconds. Users can have their own phone numbers, either buying new numbers, which is just add new numbers to the account, or add from spare, meaning you're using one of your spare numbers. The support page link to look up adding a phone number. Phone numbers on a user are available 24/7. Right, so there's no hours of operation or holidays, which could be important if you have someone who you've added their cell phone number to, is they could get calls at any time. The device box, we typically recommend adding devices directly to the user just to save you a step. I'm going to go over just adding soft phone. So first you would click on new device and then select soft phone. Please read this warning message at least once. And then when you click close, a big box will show up. And it defaults to using a third-party soft phone, meaning you're using someone else's soft phone app other than ours. If you want to do that, that's fine. Give it a name. And then you're going to copy the SIP username here. Then go to the SIP password, click on it, and then please don't change it. And then those are 3 pieces of information you need to program or provision third-party software. Figures to use RDS. You click on, so now the VirtualPBX application, so you click on create this, and then click on save changes. Once you click on save changes, the user here sends an email saying their VirtualPBX soft phone is ready. In the body of the email is their username and password for use with the app, and then also download links so they can download the app to their relevant device. A key thing to note here is for the VirtualPBX soft phone is you have to add it directly to a user because it's associated with that address of the user. For adding other devices in the show notes, you can use that support page link. There's also the auto provisioning document there, which is for the SIP phones, Yealink, Polycom, etc. In terms of the support page, you can search for things like adding cell phone or landline, adding soft phone, etc. User features. Caller ID number. This is for users with their own phone number. This will be from their VoIP phones to be the phone number that you've assigned to the user instead of the main number. All right, so you click up here to enable, select the phone number, and then save changes. Voicemail box. Voicemail boxes can hold up to 100 messages. After that, they're full and cannot accept any more. And this is the default setting for voicemail boxes. And in show notes, you can look under the page to voicemail the phone or through the dashboard. For users with multiple devices, so when a call comes in, all three of the devices ring. Follow me as admin. Lets me come here to